This past December at the VGAs, we were treated to a bevy of new game trailers and announcements, but one rose above all as the most intriguing footage: FromSoftware's tease for Shadows Die Twice. Now, the obvious thought for many is that this is Bloodborne 2, a sequel to the incredibly well-received PlayStation exclusive from 2015. It's got bones, blood, and a seriously ominous undertone, all perfectly clear signs leading to Bloodborne. But even though it seemed that this trailer was a simple tease, FromSoftware fans sprung at this opportunity to dig as deep into the mysteries of this trailer as possible. Some fans went so far as to pull up references from the 2003 PlayStation 2 title Tenchu 3, finding a strange quote from the game where Rikumaru explains how he survived the destruction of Mayu's fortress, claiming he is a shadow. Really? This is the evidence that has everyone in a tizzy? Has anyone ever heard the phrase, when you hear hooves clopping, you don't immediately think zebras? Because this perfectly applies here. It's understandable that fans want to dig up little hints that this game may be something other than Bloodborne 2, and have their "I knew it, I told you so" moment, but all the obvious facts tell us otherwise. And not only is this game clearly Bloodborne 2, but it's important that it is. Let's explain. First, the idea that this could be Tenchu literally doesn't make business sense. There have been 9 Tenchu games released to date, starting with Tenchu Steel Assassins on the PS1 being released in 1998, and ending with Tenchu Shadow Assassins for the Wii and the PSP released in 2009. Over the course of the game's history, the only game ever to score above an 80 critically was the first title, scoring an 87. Every entry since then has scored pretty poorly, with certain titles hitting catastrophic lows, like the 56 that was earned by Tenchu Z on the Xbox 360, the remarkably bad Tenchu Dark Secret, which hit an abysmal 37. Even its most recent entry scraped by with a 70 on Metacritic. While we don't believe Metacritic scores tell the full story of the game, it would be impossible not to recognize its importance in a game's public appeal. And with numbers like this, from a developer and publisher perspective, the Tenchu series is a bad investment. On the other hand, let's look at Bloodborne. Runaway success, selling over 2 million copies, 92 on Metacritic, seated in the top 10 best rated games on the system, and forever embedded itself into the genre of its own creation, the Soulsborne. Bloodborne is a great game that made a lot of fans and had strong enough gameplay and atmosphere that it pulled non-believers into a genre they thought they hated. How many times have you heard, "I don't really like Dark Souls, but I love Bloodborne"? It would be foolish to stand in the face of all these facts and hold tight thinking a developer would rather bet on an all but dead series that brings nothing other than a legacy of failure. Instead, we need to see what's right in front of us, an upcoming sequel to a wildly popular game that both fans and critics love, that made FromSoftware a whole mess of money, deepened their developer clout, and has had fans clamoring for more since days after its launch. Sometimes we miss the forest for the trees, and this is one of those times. We'll see what happens at E3, but I wouldn't bet on a Tenchu announcement in your E3 bingo sheet.